Hey, welcome to Wednesday, day 3 of e-learning. We're still working with some animated GIFs, and today we're going to make an animated GIF that would kind of deliver a message by using text. There's not really a type tool in Chrome Canvas, but we're just going to paint it on. We'll just make the letters ourselves. So I've got, this is at the time that I'm recording this is not posted on Google Classroom, but it will be by the time you're watching this. There is a help page available here that tells you about using Chrome Canvas and what we're going to do. I'm going to my old habits here. I'm not really going to read that to you or anything. I'll just demonstrate it. And creating the animated GIF image. So I'm just going to hop straight over to Chrome Canvas and kind of get to work here. So what I'm going to do is start with a new drawing. And we saw this the other day. If you want to, you could go to this layers button and choose a background color, which, by the way, there's a palette here with some colors, or you could go custom and it has a color picker. So you could do whatever you want as far as that goes. I'll go with a green color today, I think. And you can get, I'm going to keep mine fairly simple because I want to be efficient with your time. But you could get about as fancy as you wanted to get. You could change colors a lot when you do this. You could use different tools here, different drawing tools to do this. I'm probably just going to use the marker for the most part. And, you know, I'm going to probably just kind of stick with one color so it stands out. Maybe I'll use like a gold color. I'm going to undo that. Okay, so here's the idea. You have to have a little phrase in it, even if it's just hello, that would work fine. Mine's going to say fist bump because, you know, that's what I do. And you could fashion your letters. Gosh, a lot of you are going to be way better at this than me, but I might make my brush pretty big, pretty thick. And let me do a little test stroke there. Yeah, that's not bad. All right, so I'll undo that. So I'm going to come out here and I'm just going to fashion a letter F here with like that. And, you know, I'm not doing anything fancy. A lot of you, my goodness, you could come up with ways that you could do it fancier than this, but it doesn't have to be super fancy. All right, so I've got the letter F. It's going to say fist bump. So I'm going to go back home. And I'll call this, I'm going to, you know how this works, right? I'm going to rename it, and I will call this, I think I'll just call this type 1. And then I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to rename the duplicate to type 2. Then I'm going to click that, and I'll just take, and I could change colors now. I could make this multicolored. I could change the tool that I'm using to write it. I'm just not going to. I'm just going to make, that's going to be the letter I, all right? I'm keeping mine simple. You can too. All right, back home, and that's type 2, so I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to rename that, and this will be type 3. And now here's what I'm going to do. Because we've done this for a couple of days, I'm going to speed the video up, and so you'll see me do it, but it's going to go pretty fast. Okay, and I'm adding in one last frame for an exclamation mark. All right, I wouldn't want you to go this whole time without a fist bump. And I probably didn't plan quite as well as I should have. I could have made those fit a little bit better on there, but you get the idea. All right, so now I've got to hop back over here to the home button, and I'm going to have to take all those and save as image. All right. Now remember, we've talked about this. If you are working on your Chromebook, when you do save as image, they're going to go on your Google Drive. If you're working on some other computer, they're probably going to go in your downloads folder. Got all of them saved. So I wound up with 9 frames because I have 8 letters and I made an exclamation mark. All right, so now I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to get to our GIF maker .me, which is linked on Google Classroom. So there's that. All right, so I'm going to upload images. We've done this before, so I'm going to go pretty fast. I'm going to upload images. Oh, I got to look in the right place. Let's go to downloads, and here's all my type images that I just saved right here. So I'll open those. Might take a second, and it's going to lay all those out for me. Now, it tends to, and again, there's probably ways to get around this. You probably have figured it out better than me, but it tends to put them backwards, which is not maybe the end of the world, but I'm going to rearrange them. I'm going to take a second here to rearrange them because I don't want them to be backwards, and it kind of slides around a lot. So patience. I'm just kind of getting these all. All right, and about to get there. I think I got them. So now our animation is going to spell out our little message that we are sending to, oh, you're sending a message to me. Maybe yours should say nice hair. All right. Oh, canvas size. I didn't really want to play with canvas size. I want to play with animation speed. So I'm going to speed mine up some. I want it to go a little quicker. All right, cool. And you know, one thing I could have done here is I could have created one frame of the animation that was just empty at the beginning, and that might have looked kind of cool as well if I had an empty frame at the very beginning. But anyway, I've got it put together, right? I've got my little text-based message that I created the letters myself. So I'm going to go ahead and click Create GIF Animation. We've done this before, so this is kind of review. Create GIF Animation. You got to wait a little bit. You can view it if you want to in a bigger window, and you can download it. So I'm going to go ahead and click Download the GIF. And remember, if I go Show in Folder here, and you would probably have to do that a little different way, but it's going to be called Web, PNet, GIF Maker, right? If you want to, you can right-click and rename that. And I'm going to call this GIF number 3. And then that file right there is what you would turn in. I've had fun looking at some of you have done some really cool things with your animated GIFs. And you know, if we were at school and using Photoshop to do this, it would look a whole lot different. But we're still learning a few things about, you know, creating frames and making animated GIFs. And so there you go. All right. So that's it, folks. That's your work of the day. Hope it all goes well. Turn those in when you get them done. Enjoy the day. Fist bump.